How to be confident. So, you know those people who walk past you and you just look at them and they have this huge aura of confidence and self esteem and self reassurance, which you want to achieve? I'm going to tell you some of things that they practice mentally and things that they've learned to do in order to achieve this. Basically, a guide to how to become confident and the most confident version of yourself. Hi, this is Unveiling Thoughts with Astrid. I haven't been so active recently, but I've come back with a great video on how to become more confident, so stay tuned. So the first thing that people tell you is fake it till you make it. And this may sound so cliche, you've heard it 1,000 times, but really it is true. The more you fake your confidence, and I don't mean that in materialistic ways, but I mean that in the way how you walk, how you present yourself. If you seem confident, you naturally start to become confident. Because really, if you hang out also with people who are confident and things like this, it's like faking your self-esteem until it becomes natural to you. So this is like the first thing that you can do. So it's an easy one. It's something you've probably heard before, but it really does work because it will naturally start to come to you. And I don't mean that like faking your personality and faking how you act, but in your mentality. Like, you're confident in what you do, you're confident in what you look like, you're confident in what you're going to do. You're just an overall, you feel like I'm a confident person, an amazing person, and you will naturally start to feel this way, and it will start to show off on the outside as well. And another thing that I would like to point out with this inside to outside is also on how you treat your body. So I can guarantee you that those who are confident are also confident because they know their worth and what they give out to the world. And what they give out to the world has to be something that's pure, with good intentions, and also they know that whatever they're putting, how they're treating themselves, is going to come on the outside. So it's very important that you treat your body, yourself, with how you want it to shine on the outside. And by that I mean feeding it good things, telling itself good things. So having pure thoughts, having good intentions, doing good things, because the more goodness you put into something, of course it's going to show. And it's also going to it's going to be easier to be confident if you know you're doing good things to yourself. And it's very often that you see these examples of when people go to fitness and they work out really hard, but mentally they're still struggling and they're trying to overpower their negative thoughts by working out physically. But one is nothing without the other. If you're really to be truly confident, you have to work on both the mental things and the physical things. So what you're putting inside your body, how you're treating your body, but also what you feel, how you act, and things like this are just going to make it so much easier to be a confident, strong person. So yeah, really repeating on the how you put yourself out there is also how people are going to see you. So if you treat yourself nice, people are also going to treat you nice, because you know your worth and you know where you stand and you know what you deserve and you know how you treat yourself. So people are also not going to want to treat you like poorly, because they know that there's a certain standard there that can't be ruined. And this goes just the same for how you treat others. So if you want others to treat you well, then you also have to put that same energy out there. So when you see confident people walking around, right, I feel like there's a spectrum of confident people. So there's those who you look at them and you go, wow, they must be confident because they're strutting on the street, they have an amazing outfit, they put together, they're wealthy, you're like, they must be really confident. But when you start speaking to them, perhaps they're rude and you start sensing insecurities, or they in general just don't seem very confident. This is the difference between making yourself look, so when I was saying like faking being confident in materialistic ways, this is what I mean. So changing your outlook and putting on clothes and driving cars that make you look confident, rather than just working on the inside as well. So as I said, there's a spectrum, because then there's those who walk around confidently, they're strutting, you just think, oh, they look so confident. When you talk to them, they give that same energy as well. So they're polite, they're nice. And I'm not thinking about that fake nice. I'm talking genuinely, you feel a good vibe from them and you're thinking, wow, this person is living the life. Whether they're wealthy or not, that really doesn't matter. Sometimes you just really feel that good vibes from a person. And this and now I'm talking about how to achieve that. So it's really about doing good for yourself and doing good for others. This may sound exhausting because it may sound like, oh, I have to all the time be nice, but that's completely not the point. So the whole point is that you're supposed to be genuine and in tune with yourselves, because also nobody likes those people who are all the time fake. Even if they're nice and they're all the time fake, you're like, let me see who you truly are. You know, you can't be happy all the time. All right. So it's really about making sure that you're genuine and that you're confident in who you are, also confident in your emotions and how you feel things. So not being scared to admit when somebody has done something bad or something is not to your liking, and in general, just not making sure that you put yourself first before others, but still are aware that there's others around you. I feel like that's a pretty good way to say it. So now to go a little bit back on one of the first things that I said, which was the healthy mind and healthy body is going to help you feel more confident. So there is a saying that if you have one negative thought, it's as strong as saying seven positive ones. So that 7 is the ratio to 1 negative thought. I'm not exactly sure who said this because my mom said it to me a couple months ago. But then I also saw another quote that was 3-to-1 ratio. Either way, the whole point is that there is a theory that one negative thought is a lot more powerful than positive thoughts. You may think you can't control your thoughts because they come in and out, but right now, if you try to control your thoughts and try to think what you're thinking, you will see that you can. Of course, thoughts come in and go, and at that point, you should say to yourself, "Okay, I acknowledge that this thought has come to me, and now I will let it go." Or you can try other techniques. So, for example, you could say to yourself, "Why would God want to put such a negative thought into my brain? I know that the world isn't evil," or something like that. And then you put it away. That's what personally helped me. I like to use different ones. I also like to say, like, okay, this negative thought is just a demon and it's gonna go away. And once I acknowledge the thought, it just kind of goes away. So, because negative thoughts, the whole point of what I'm trying to say is that negative thoughts have a really big impact on who we are and our well-being, and also the confidence we outshine. So the more negative thoughts you have, the more weight you carry on your back, and the harder it is to be truly confident and happy with where you are and how you're doing. With that being said, try practicing a lot of gratitude and speaking nice things about yourself. So not only should you not think these things, I mean, you should acknowledge them and then let them slip, but you should also definitely not say them out loud, because thoughts, it's hard to control them, but words you can control. You can control what comes out of your mouth, and you should never be saying poor things, negative things out loud. I think this is a very big pet peeve of mine when friends or acquaintances say such terrible negative things out loud and just bring this negative energy out. To me, this is such a pet peeve, because to me, I just don't understand why you would say a negative thing. Of course, as I said, if a thought comes, you let it slip away, but to have such a heavy, negative, spiteful thing and to let that out, I feel like you're literally bringing this bad, possessive thoughts that you have in your body out to the universe and out to the energies around it. So don't say negative things about yourself like, I am like this and I am like that, I'm like that, and change those bad connotations to positive things, because the more you say it, the more you will embody that. And as I said, fake it till you make it, in that sense. Same with other people. You don't want to wish bad on other people. You don't want to spread evil eye. I really am a big believer in karma and things like that. And I just think that saying bad things out loud has a way of coming back to you. So I would really say that this is just a big movement as well. Like people who are becoming self-confident and like truly confident, I would say this is a big revolution of how we are developing as people, because now, because of social media and the general media and the pressure from society and everything like that, it's hard to find your own identity. So that's why it's so impressive to see people strutting down the street with confidence, not fake confidence, and just talking to them and they have an idea and they're confident where they're at, they're doing their own thing, and they're not doing anything to impress other people and impress society. And this is just so powerful, and I think we can all agree that it is. So it's kind of like a revolution of trying to get everyone to be like that, because I think everyone wants to feel like that. So already by watching a video like this, you're taking the first step on how to get to that mindset and get to that mind space in order to shine. So again, a few things to conclude. I would say that doing things that make you happy and being around things that make you happy shape your environment and also build on your confidence. So I made another video about environments and how they can shape you as a person. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Confidence, of course, is in your hands. But by being in your hands, you also control who you let control your confidence. So if you're around a group of people who are very insecure and they like to act on their insecurities and project their insecurities on others and say spiteful things, you are going to feel trapped in this as well. And it's very hard to escape and be confident on your own when you're surrounded by people like that. So that's another thing to acknowledge, just the people who are you with. Same with doing things that you like to do. If you do things out of love, out of passion, I can't see why you would not be confident in what you're doing, because you know that you're doing something that you like, that you're doing something good. And when you're confident in something, you don't care about materialistic things, you don't care about possessions, you don't care about superficial things. When you're truly happy and confident, you know what you're going to do, and what you're doing is going to get you where you want to be, and how you're living your life is how you want to live your life. At the end of the day, the point of life is so subjective to each their own. But confidence being one of them is, I would say, so important, because it really, if you're confident, you're not letting other people take advantage of you. You know what you're doing is right. There's basically no things that can stand in your way of getting to where you want to be, and that you're happy where you are. So that is the video for today. I will be posting more frequently now, so subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, that was how to be confident.